Okay, put a star to this question. This is the gaps and differences question. Okay, now this one very important to understand. Please type answers in. A, okay, you don't need to know whether is it gaps or differences. A is just a normal comparison question. So that 1 mark is definitely given to you. Okay, if you can do that question A, then you get a 1 mark. Don't just because the question looks a bit tough, then, oh, so many words, I don't know how to do, then you give up. No, because question A is actually independent. You can just use, okay, normal comparison to find out part A. So how to do part A? Gopal and Henry were paid a total of $3,850 for a job they did. Gopal was paid $2,030 more than Henry. How much was Gopal paid? So this is a normal comparison question that even, okay, for primary 3, if you don't give them part B, they should be able to do as well. Okay, so let me draw a more proportionate one. Okay, so here, Gopal and Han, the total is 3,850. I see some answers. Continue. What's the answer for question 12? Okay, let me go back to question 12. Question 12 answer is 21. Anybody else need question 12? If everybody okay, everybody okay? No responses means okay. Okay, let me move on back to question 13. Okay. Okay, those who need question 12 later, I'll go back for you. Okay, let me go through this question. Later on, those questions that you need, tell me, I will give it to you. Then you can copy during the break. Okay, now, as I mentioned, Gopal and Henry were paid a total of $3,850 for a job that they did. Gopal was paid $2,030 more than Henry. So this is a comparison question based on the 2 sentences that is given here. So it is a simple comparison question for part A only. So if you were to draw your model, okay, you should be able to see how to continue from here. Because why? If you were to cut this and label this as $2,030, you are supposed to find Gopal. Okay, 2 ways. Either you use the top-up method or you use the takeaway method. I will go through both. So top-up method means that you will, okay, top up this part to make the 1 unit become Gopal. Okay, so I will find the bigger unit. So if I top up, means that I need to add another $2,030. It will give me $5,880. Then that will give me like this, correct? So I just need to find one of it, right? So what I will do is I will take 3,800, not 3,000, sorry, 5,880 divided by 2. I'll get the answer 2,940. This is by top-up method. Take away will be a bit longer, just one more step, but it is also fine. 3,000, okay, so I erase away the purple marking first. 3,850 minus away the extra, which is this part here, take away. This will give me 1,820. So now I have one unit here. I'll take 1,820 divided by 2. That will give you 910. So this will give you Henry. So usually we take away to find a smaller unit, but okay, you also can find a bigger unit. So you just need to do one more step. Henry plus 2,030 will give you $2,940. So no change in the answer, just one more step. Okay, so this 1 mark, I expect everybody to be able to get it. So make sure that you read the question. Now, the next part here, Gopal and Henry were paid based on the number of days they work. So why is these gaps and differences? So you see, they talk about the number. okay, they talk about the total value. And they tell you the proportion of the number again. That means how many times the other person worked as compared to Henry, which is Gopal worked 3 times as many days as Henry. So there's number, okay, there's total value, and they tell you the difference here. So this difference is in terms of the value. So when this happens, okay, when you have the number, when you have value, okay, which is the total value here, and you have the difference, okay, this is similar to your Alan and Ivan question, okay. So what is it that we have to do here? So I will draw a model based on the number of days that they work. Okay, so now I'm going to move on from here. Okay, so part B, I will draw another model. I will write down number of days so that I don't get confused. The previous model was drawn based on the value. So number of days, Gopal will be 3 times. So 3 units. And Henry will be 1 unit. So please remember this part. This number of days that Henry worked is the same as this 1 unit of Gopal, the number of days that Gopal worked. But we found out earlier that this is 910. And Gopal is $2,940. So can I find out for the same number of days, this and this is the same number of days. For the same number of days, I want to find out how much Gopal earned. So I will find out by taking 2,940 divide into 3 units. I will get 980. Listen again, this is to, okay, figure out the number of days. That's why the model is equal. This 1 unit is equal to this 1 unit. However, the value is not the same. Gopal is 980 and then Henry is 910. So what should I do? I will find out the gap. How come they work the same number of days, but then the value is different? Because Gopal earned more, right? So I find out the total difference, which is the gap, is $70. Each difference between them, every day the difference is $5 according to the question. So can I find the number of days? So I can. What do? I will take $70, okay, which is what Gopal earned extra, right? Every single day. And every single day he earned $5 extra. So total is $70 divided by every day $5 extra. That will be 14 days in total. So that means that same number of days here, we are referring to 14 days. But Gopal, remember, 14 days is for Henry, right? Gopal is 3 times. They ask you to find the number of days. So this one is Henry. We are trying to find how many days did Gopal work. I need to take 14 times 3, 42. So this is how you actually get to the answer for part B. Remember that you need these two to find the gap. You need to find the difference. And you need to understand that how come Gopal earn more with the same number of days? Because Gopal every day will earn $5 more. That's why it causes a difference between Gopal and Han when Gopal and Henry when they work for the same number of days, but the value is different. Okay, so now let us go on. Okay, now I am at question 14.